The guy that got beef with other hoods and all this, you checking into that dude? Right. Bro, just go to the hotel, get you something to eat, go back to the hotel.
Do your business.
Go have some fun. Where shit is fun, why do you want to go over there?
What happens when loyalty and crime collide in the rap game? Schoolboy Q's raised eyebrows by exposing J Prince for alleged involvement in a murder while standing firmly in Drake's corner. But could this be the start of a major shift in the industry's power dynamics? Let's find out. J Prince, also known as James Prince, is a major player in the hip-hop world. He made a huge impact when he started Rap-A-Lot Records in Houston back in 1986, turning it into a major force for southern rap. Through this label, he helped artists like the Geto Boys, Scarface and UGK rise to fame. But J Prince's influence isn't just limited to music, he's also made waves in the boxing world by managing some top fighters. Together with his son Jazz Prince, J Prince has always had Drake's back in the music industry, especially when it came to any conflicts. However, things changed when Kendrick Lamar came into the picture. In this particular clash, J Prince has been noticeably absent, and it's left Drake feeling betrayed. He expected J Prince and the Houston scene to support him against Kendrick, but that didn't happen. The drama began with rumours about Drake and his protector in Houston, J Prince. Apparently Drake tried to block any artists connected to Lamar from performing in Houston, thinking J Prince would back him up, but J Prince didn't show the loyalty that Drake expected. Instead, Schoolboy Q stepped in, mocking Drake's supposed connections and dismissing the whole mob ties idea as a joke. He even hinted that J Prince might be involved in the deaths of major rappers including Takeoff. When Schoolboy Q performed in Houston recently, it was more than just a concert, it was a statement. He called out the outdated practice of checking in as ridiculous. And he's not wrong. J Prince still seems caught up in old street games, allegedly trying to extort money from people, and some believe this might have even led to the deaths of certain rappers. Even the biggest names in rap weren't safe from this. Tupac, for instance, was a target. FBI files from 2011 revealed that the Jewish Defense League was extorting him and other rap legends like Eazy-E, threatening their lives and then offering protection for a price. It was like a twisted insurance scam, but with death threats instead of premiums. The crazy part, this game's still going on today. Rappers have to check in when they roll into a new city to make sure they don't get robbed or worse. Sometimes they pay cash for security, or they let local talent open for them at shows. It's like buying a hood pass, but sometimes the price is way higher, like your life. And if you think Philly's tough, wait until you hear about Detroit. The city's on a whole different level thanks to a guy named Trick Trick. If you're a rapper heading into Detroit, you better know about the no-fly zone. Trick Trick set the rules, show respect and pay your dues, or you're not performing in his city. He wasn't about to let record labels come into Detroit, make money off the local talent, and leave the city with nothing. He shut that down real quick. And for anyone who dared to challenge the no-fly zone, they found out fast that Trick Trick wasn't playing around. So, Detroit used to be a hotspot where big named artists would roll in, make a ton of cash, and leave the local talent totally ignored. Trick Trick, the city's unofficial gatekeeper, saw what was happening and decided to put a stop to it. Back then, Detroit's events were filled with artists from everywhere but Detroit. And to make it worse, the local artists had to pay just to get on stage. Trick Trick wasn't having any of it. He shut it down and said from now on, the only entertainment here is going to be local entertainment. We'll let some outsiders in, but on our terms. And trust, if anyone tried to break the rules, they were in for a rude awakening. Just ask Rick Ross. He got a first-hand lesson on how serious Detroit's no-fly zone really is. Ross thought that he could roll into Detroit, perform, and not pay his respects. But when he got to the venue, he found the gates padlocked shut. He couldn't even get inside. Trick Trick made sure that everyone knew if you don't play by Detroit's rules, you don't play at all. Ross tried to play it cool afterwards, saying that it was just a regular day. He explained that his team arrived at the venue first, only to find it locked down. He said that they never even crossed paths with Trick Trick or his crew. Ross was chilling at Greektown Casino waiting for the promoter to sort things out, while rumours swirled about a gang flexing their muscles. Ross didn't seem too bothered, but he couldn't ignore the fact that his fans were left hanging outside a locked gate. For him, it wasn't personal, it was just business. Now, let's not forget about J Prince, Houston's OG and Drake's go-to guy for street backing. His name's been linked to shady business for years, but recently has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Like when NBA YoungBoy's crib got jacked in Houston back in July 2020, J Prince publicly offered to return the stolen goods, which everyone saw as a not-so-subtle way of flexing his muscle. J Prince was like, I've got your keys to your Rolls Royce, your McLaren, and everything they took. The homie Shakur has your stuff too. Youngboy wasn't having any of it. He took to Instagram Live and told J Prince to stay out of his affairs. He said that if J Prince had an issue with him, there were plenty of ways to reach out directly and not to make it a public spectacle on the internet. He made it clear that he didn't respect that approach. And let's not forget about the tragic case of Takeoff from Migos, who was shot and killed in Houston while supposedly under the protection of J Prince's son, Jazz Prince. The streets have been buzzing with rumours ever since, with fans speculating that Kendrick Lamar might have thrown some shade at the Prince family and his track Euphoria. Kendrick, being slick as always, seemed to be warning J Prince to stay out of his beef with Drake, or else his son might end up exposed. The speculation's real, but the truth, well, that's still up in the air. Meanwhile, Schoolboy Q wasn't having any of this checking in nonsense. He called it out as a joke. He doesn't get why rappers feel the need to cozy up to people that they barely know just because they're rolling through their city. When asked if he thinks LA is really one of the most dangerous places for rappers, Schoolboy Q didn't hold back. He remarked that the whole idea of checking in was just a way to get robbed by people who pretend to have your back. He questioned why anyone would think someone in California would be loyal and advised to just go to your hotel, get something to eat and relax instead. Why do you want to go out there and risk it? Fans were quick to back him up, saying things like, "Finally, a rapper with common sense," and "Schoolboy grew up in LA, he knows exactly how this works." He seems to have separated himself from gang life, and he even mentioned his biggest regret was not doing a song with Nipsey Hussle, who was from a rival hood. Now, there are some rumours on the street that Drake, thinking he's got Houston on lock thanks to J Prince, tried to pull a fast one on Schoolboy Q. Allegedly, Drake got 2 of Schoolboy's Canadian shows cancelled, but when he tried the same stunt in Houston, however, it backfired. And turns out J Prince wasn't interested in playing Drake's games anymore. Previously, the TDE rapper has been close with Kendrick Lamar for years, showing up in his video for the diss track Not Like Us, and at Lamar's concert. He was also set to perform in Drake's hometown, Toronto, on July 18th at a venue Drake helped design, but the show got cancelled and Schoolboy Q hinted it was due to the Canadian police blocking TDE from performing. The Toronto Police Department said the venue made the decision, not them. Despite his frustration, Schoolboy Q kept things light-hearted, joking about his role in the Not Like Us video and not taking the situation too seriously. He ended by pointing out that if TD really wanted to cause trouble, they'd have done it already, and warned not to complain if things go south in the future. On August the 3rd, Schoolboy Q led up the House of Blues in Houston, performing to a packed crowd. Fans were quick to call Drake out for thinking he could control Houston from the Great White North, while J Prince is catching flack for still playing the tough guy role. In the end, these stories show that in the hip-hop world, respect isn't something you can buy or demand, it's something you earn. And whether you're Rick Ross, DaBaby, or even Drake, sometimes you have to fight for it. So what other hidden truths could come to light as these revelations ripple through the rap world? Drop your comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.